welcome to each one of you to our science online class. I hope all of you are fine. Are you? Last class we had discussed food and the source. Today we will be discussing the components of food. We add different ingredients when we cook food. Have you ever thought what is the need for adding these ingredients in the food? Yes. These ingredients are added because they contain certain nutrients or certain substances which are called as nutrients. The substances or the components present in these ingredients are called as nutrients. What are nutrients? Substances or components present in the food are called as nutrients. What are the nutrients present in these ingredients or in the food? Carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals and fats. These are the different nutrients present in the food. We eat different kinds of food, but all of us have 3 main meals per day. That is breakfast, lunch and dinner. We may add different food items in each meal. Isn't it? Today morning I had idli and sambar for breakfast. Each one of you might have had different things. But whatever it may be, we have eaten something in which ingredients are there. What is the purpose of adding these ingredients? I already told you, because they have nutrients. So each day we eat lot of food items. We also add junk food to our diet along with the food. Junk foods are food items which does not provide any nutrients. They only fill our stomach. So when we eat food items, how do we know that these food items are rich in carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals or fats? We cannot look at a food item and understand this. Then how do we understand? Yes, it is by doing certain tests. Tests for carbohydrates, proteins and fats are very simple compared to the test for other nutrients. Now, shall we learn how to find out the presence of carbohydrates, proteins and fats in the food item? Yes. To test the presence of starch in a food item, we need dilute solution of iodine. To prepare a dilute solution of iodine, we have to take a test tube and fill it up with water. Add few drops of tincture iodine to it. Shake it well. So the iodine solution is ready, which is golden brown in color. Now take the food item which you have to test the presence of starch. Now we have taken a potato. Add few drops of iodine solution on it. You can observe that the color changes to blue-black. This indicates the presence of starch. We can take another food item, for example, apple, and add the same iodine solution on it. Here, there is no color change. This indicates that apple does not contain starch. Next, some of the food items rich in starch are sweet potato, papaya, mango, wheat, rice and corn. Next, we have the test for proteins. To test if the food item contains protein, we have to make copper sulfate solution. To prepare copper sulfate solution, mix 2 grams of copper sulfate powder to 100 ml water and stir it well to dissolve it. Now copper sulfate solution is ready. To prepare caustic soda solution, add 10 grams of caustic soda to 100 ml water and stir it. Now take the food item which we have to test for protein. For example, wheat. First, powder the wheat and then add some water to it and make it a paste. To test the presence of protein, take this paste in a test tube. Add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of caustic soda solution. Shake it well and keep it aside for some time. The color changes to violet. If it does not, add more drops of this copper sulfate and caustic soda, we can see the color changes to violet. This indicates, violet color indicates the presence of protein in the food item. Some of the food items rich in proteins are milk, cheese, wheat, almond, egg, meat and fish. Next we have the test for fats. If we put a drop of oil on a paper and hold the paper towards a light, we can see that the part where the oil has been put is translucent. This shows that it is rich in fat. Oil is rich in fat. Take any food item that you have to test for fat in a paper, fold it and press it so that the stain is spread in the paper. Allow it to dry so the water evaporates. After the paper is dry, hold this paper towards the light. If the stained portion is translucent, it indicates that the food contains fat. Some of the food items rich in fats are, you can see here, groundnut, cheese, butter, chocolate, coconut, sunflower seeds and almond. Have you understood the experiment? Yes, it was very clear from the experiment, isn't it? Okay, what is the chemical used to test the presence of carbohydrate in food item? Quick. Yes, it is iodine solution. What is the color change if carbohydrate is present? Blue, black or violet in color. To test carbohydrate, iodine is added to the food item. If the color changes to blue, black or violet, it indicates the presence of starch or carbohydrate in the food item. Second, what did we observe? Yes, test for proteins. What are the things used for testing proteins? Yes, the food items first of all should be smashed and made a paste. Converted into a paste. To this, what are we adding? 2 drops of copper sulfate and 10 drops of caustic soda. What is the color change? Violet color. So after adding these 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of caustic soda, you have to shake it well, and if the color changes to violet, it indicates the presence of proteins. Please learn this, it is a 3-mark question. Test for carbohydrate, test for proteins. Clear? Next, along with these 5 nutrients, fats is also important. Fat you smash the food item, then press it. After pressing, if you open and leave it to dry, after drying, when you hold the paper towards the light, if it is translucent, it indicates that food item is having rich in fat. Why do we need all these nutrients? What do these nutrients do in our body? Have you ever thought? Yes, each nutrient has some function in our body. For example, carbohydrate provides energy to our body. Fats also provide energy. In fact, fats provide more energy than carbohydrate. Proteins is a bodybuilding nutrient. It helps our body to grow and repair. Third, what is the next nutrient? Vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals help our body to fight against diseases. It develops immunity power. It gives immunity to fight against diseases. Got it? Carbohydrate provides energy. Proteins help our body to grow. It helps in growth of the body and helps in repairing of our cells. Third, vitamins and minerals help our body to fight against diseases. Are the functions clear? Yes. Based on these functions, these 5 nutrients can be classified into 3 groups. Each Each nutrient has got a specific function. Carbohydrate provides energy. Proteins help in body building. That is in growth and repairing of cells. Vitamins and minerals help in fighting our body, gives us strength or immunity to fight against diseases. So based on the function, nutrients can be classified into 3 groups. They are energy giving foods or energy giving nutrient. If you are classifying the nutrient, you will tell it as energy giving nutrient, body building nutrient and protective nutrient. Because the nutrient, vitamins and minerals are protecting us from diseases, we call them as protective nutrient. Understood? If we are classifying the food based on the function, we can say it as energy giving food, body building food and protective foods. Clear? Can you tell me few things rich in carbohydrate, food items rich in carbohydrate? Day to day life what you eat? Yes, rice, wheat, potato, sweet potato. Okay, I told 4. I want each one of you to write these things as I say in the rough notebook. Already I have told you, once again I remind you. When I show these pictures on the slide also, please see the picture and note on all the food items rich in each nutrient. Now I have told only 4. Understood? Okay. Next nutrient is protein. Think of 4 food items rich in proteins. Quick. Yes. All the gram varieties. Dal, green gram, Bengal gram. Plant products are those. Okay. These are, we say 2 plant products and 2 animal products for time being. Gram. We can say green gram. Dal. Plant product, plant source. 2 animal products rich in protein. Milk, egg. Right? Okay. Some food items may be rich in more than 1 nutrient. But I am telling which they are rich in. More nutrient is present. Okay. That is proteins. Fish, meat, milk, all these are rich in proteins. Now I told 4. Next, which is the nutrient? Vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals, all fruits and vegetables are rich in vitamins and minerals. Green leafy vegetables, and drumstick leaves, spinach. Any fruit you can write 2 fruits, rich in vitamins and minerals. Clear? Next, 5th nutrient, fat. Can you tell me food rich in fat? Yes, all the oils, coconut oil, sunflower oil, butter, cheese, all these are rich in fat. Like quickly I told 4 food items each. I may be showing a picture for each nutrient. You may note down all the food items rich in each nutrient quickly in the rough notebook. After that, when you write in the notebook, you can draw columns or write the heading carbohydrate rich food items. Write the names of the food items. Then likewise all the others. Or you can draw a columns box, a tabular column, and in that table you can write the heading as carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals and fats. Then you under each you write minimum 5-6 food items for each. Will you do? Yes. Next, along with these nutrients, our body needs 2 more things. What are they? Yes, water and fibers. Water and fibers. Along with the nutrients, our body also needs water and fibers. Now, along with water and fibers, we will be discussing the functions of each nutrient. I told you already, carbohydrates function, proteins function. Vitamins, when you say, one more thing which I left out is, vitamins are of different types. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, D, E and K. A, B, C, D, E and K. Among this, vitamin A is essential for nice skin, proper eyes, etc. Proper eyesight, skin, hair, etc. Which vitamin is needed? Vitamin A. Vitamin B together, B1, B2, B12, all that, B6 all is there. So all these different types of vitamin B together we call it as vitamin B complex. Vitamin C is a nutrient or vitamin which is essential for protecting our body from diseases. All the citrus fruits are rich in orange, lemon, all these are rich in vitamin C. Gooseberry, all these are rich in vitamin C. So vitamins are of different types. We will be learning what will happen if you don't take these vitamins in the next class. Okay, so along with these nutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals and fats, our body also need water and fiber. That's what I told you now, fiber and water. Fiber, dietary fibers or fiber content in the food item is also called as roughage. What is the fiber present in the food item called? Roughage. What does roughage do in our body? What does it provide to our body? This roughage or fibers does not provide anything to our body, but it is very important. Do you know why? Yes, it adds bulk to the food. Quantity wise, it will add. So this quantity, when these fibers are added in the food item, it adds to the bulk of the food, and as a result, it is easy for the food to move in the digestive tract, in our alimentary canal. From the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum. Through these organs, the food will be able to move easily. Roughage, once again I repeat, roughage does not give any or provide anything to our body, but it is very important for our body because it provides bulk to the food. Second, it makes easy for removal of waste materials from the body. Easy removal of waste. Two functions. What are they? It adds bulk to the food and makes the removal of waste material easy. What is the second thing that we should add in the food that we eat, or what is needed for our body? Water. Water is very essential for all the activities inside, chemical reactions inside the body. The main thing is water helps in the absorption of nutrients in our body. Clear? Nutrients, what we eat, from the food that we eat, if the nutrients have to be absorbed inside our body, what is needed? Water. So water helps in the absorption of nutrients in our body. Second, water helps in the removal of waste like in the form of sweat and urine. Water helps in the absorption of nutrients in our body. It also helps in the removal of liquid waste as urine and sweat. Hope it is clear. Today, so now we will see what are the topics we discussed in this class.
Components of food. Food contains certain substances called nutrients. Nutrients give energy to our body. They protect our body against diseases and help in its growth and development. There are 5 main nutrients in the food: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. Our body needs all the nutrients in right amounts. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates give energy to our body. Wheat, rice, corn, bread, potato and sugar are some sources of carbohydrates. Fats. Fats give more energy than carbohydrates. Milk, oil, ghee, butter, cheese and dry fruits are some sources of fats. Excessive intake of fatty foods can cause obesity. Proteins. Proteins help in growth. They also help in repairing damaged tissues and cells of our body. Milk, paneer, pulses, beans, eggs, and meat are some sources of proteins. Vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals help in the normal functioning of our body. They help in protecting our body against diseases. Fruits, vegetables, and milk are some sources of vitamins and minerals. Vitamin C helps to keep the gums healthy. Calcium makes our bones and teeth strong. Water and roughage. Besides nutrients, our body also needs water and roughage. Roughage is the undigested part of the plant food. It helps in getting rid of waste from our body. Fruits and vegetables are sources of roughage. Water also helps to get rid of waste from our body in the form of urine and also as sweat. Balanced diet is very important. We should consume food rich in nutrients. Our daily diet containing all the nutrients in adequate amounts required for the healthy functioning of our body is known as balanced diet. We should eat food from all food groups every day.
Hope today's topic is clear to you. It's a very simple topic, but when you learn, please organize it and learn. Which are the nutrients? Learn. Next, each nutrient and the food items rich in these nutrients. Third, water and its function. The function of water in our body. Fourth, roughage and its function. So these things learn properly. Write these things in the notebook. Okay, and whichever exercises, there are a few exercises at the end of the chapter, answer to all those questions. I told you, in the textbook itself, with a pencil you can answer, fill in the blanks, true or false, match the following, etc. In that you need not write in the notebook. Question answers, whichever you know, you can write in the notebook in front. If you are told you don't know any answer, please don't write. Doubtful answers, write in the rough notebook, don't write in the science note. Your science notebook should be neat and tidy. I should not see any striking work or scribbling work. Once again I repeat, because I am handling for you for the first time. Please see that. Fill in the blanks, true or false, all those textual exercise you can write in the textbook itself with your pencil. Question answers only if you are thorough with the answer. If you know that the answer is correct. If you are confident, you can write in the notebook. If not, don't write. Next class, before I start the class, I will be telling you the answers for the exercise from the topic which I have taken today. So when you attend the class, please keep your textbook and notebook near you. Okay? Thank you.